We're catching up with Don Morton. He's the film critic from Metropolis Magazine. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing very well, Colin. How about you?
Where are we catching you this time?
I'm in Weed, California.
How do you spell that?
W-E-E-D. It's a tricky one.
That's actually the name of the city or the town, or what is it?
It's the name of the town, and it's the name of the main crop.
Gotcha. All right.
As a matter of fact, I am farm and dog sitting a special interest farm, legal pot farm over here.
Okay, you don't want to give too much away. Let's get to the movies. Where do we start? Worst first?
Worst first, as usual. God Help the Girl. Kong, are you familiar with the work of Glasgow indie pop band Belle and Sebastian?
Have no idea.
No, I didn't either, but I'm going to assume that the frontman, Stuart Murdoch, songwriting is vastly superior to his filmmaking. This is his first film. It's a tone-shifting, 16mm filmed version of a previously released, similarly titled song suite.
Hold on. Is there a plot to this movie?
Yeah, but it's kind of a reality-free plot about a troubled young woman played by Emily Browning. She forms a band with a pair of fellow mopey youths to put on a show.
Okay, well, kind of sounds like a string of music videos.
Well, they're not just music videos. They're music videos that are so twee they make gleams seem deep.
Who should see this movie?
Well, only Belle and Sebastian fans and anyone who believes Emily Browning can act or sing.
So I'm guessing you're saying to avoid this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. It's called The Purge Anarchy. What's this all about?
This is the sequel to the movie The Purge, and it keeps the first film's lame premise that once a year for 12 hours, anyone can commit any crime, including murder, with no legal consequences.
Last time you told us that this film was a glorified home invasion-like scenario.
The first film was, yeah, but fortunately the director, James DeMonaco, he chooses not to retread this subject and opens things up by taking us out into the mean, murderous streets. The result is a rare sequel that's better than the original.
Is that a recommendation from you?
No. 5 people, led by a pretty good Frank Grillo, are trying to survive out there. This film is best as a simple, old-school actioner, but turns dopey real fast when it turns to political commentary.
Okay, and again, the movie is called The Purge.
The Purge Anarchy.
All right, let's move on. Next movie is called Minions. We've been seeing posters about this thing all over in the subways here in Tokyo.
And if you don't know what Minions are, you clearly don't have any kids, okay? They're these little yellow, pill-shaped, gibberish-spouting, goggle-wearing what's-its that were Gru's hench thingies in the Despicable Me movies, for which this is a prequel of sorts.
This kind of sounds like a marketing exercise.
Exactly what it is. It starts with a cute montage of their age-old quest to find the perfect supervillain to serve, but it rapidly morphs into comically disappointing pure movie product that's more irritating than amusing.
Are you recommending this movie?
Sure, yeah, if you're under 8 years old. Bottom line, Minions are best taken in small doses. Parents will have headaches.
All right, let's move on. Next film is called 71. Is that in reference to the year 1971?
It is. It was arguably the most violent year in the history of the Troubles in Northern Ireland.
And so what happens?
Okay, a green British Army recruit, he finds himself unwittingly abandoned behind enemy lines in Belfast and has to rely on the kindness of strangers to survive. But is this kindness real or is it feigned? The soldier is played by Jack O'Connell. He's a young actor to watch.
Wasn't he in that movie produced by Angelina Jolie called The Unbroken?
He was. He's also in the upcoming prison flick Starred Up. He has this ability to convey both strength and vulnerability, and that's central to this film's effectiveness. It's tense, it's kinetic, it's intricately choreographed chase movie. It rarely stops for a breath. It's immersive, it's unsettling, and it's authentic, and it packs a politically unbiased punch.
Interesting. Next movie is called Love and Mercy. Everybody is talking about this movie, especially in my business, the radio business.
Love and Mercy, one hell of a movie. It's exhilarating and it's inventive. It's a twin character study of Beach Boys leader Brian Wilson. And it does 2 things that more conventional biopics about musicians never do. 1, it illustrates the process of creation. And 2, it provides some real suspense.
Interesting. Now, you said it's a twin character study. What do you mean by that?
Well, it tells the man's life story by focusing on just 2 breakthrough periods in his life.
And the first is?
The first is in the 60s, where he's played, and brilliantly, by Paul Dano. He resigns from touring, and while the rest of the Beach Boys are off in, of all places, Japan, he masterminds Pet Sounds, which is considered today to be one of the rock and roll's greatest albums. And we're taken through the process by which he builds up God Only Knows and Good Vibration. And builds up is the right phrase, because he layers it, and it's amazing to see this creative process.
Wow. Okay, so that's the first part of the film, and the other part is in the 80s, is that right?
Right. The film toggles between the 60s and the 80s, when an over-medicated Wilson is under the thrall of the evil and manipulative psychiatrist Eugene Landy. He's played here by an effective, slightly hammy Paul Giamatti, who's nevertheless a lot of fun to watch. John Cusack plays Wilson for this period.
Interesting. The casting seems a little jarring. Is that the right word?
I agree that it does at first, but the disconnect somehow works in retrospect. It's quite brilliant the way it works. Elizabeth Banks is in it. She's terrific as the Cadillac saleswoman and future wife who helped get Wilson out of this mess. Needless to say, the sound design is excellent. This guy's going to get an Oscar.
Wow.
And Beach Boys fan or not, this is a must-see movie.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see that. Again, it's called
Love and Mercy.
Love and Mercy. Love and Mercy, the story of the Beach Boys. Better than the Beatles?
No.
No? Up there?
Up there.
Up there. All right. When you come back to Tokyo and you want to have a burrito, an oishi burrito, where do you go?
There's only one place to go for burritos in Tokyo, and that's the Pink Cow in Roppongi.
Pink Cow right across the street from Don Quixote, where they have those jam sessions. I understand you like to jam there. Is that right?
Caleb James shows up every last Monday of the month with some terrific sidemen. They do it on Monday because most of these people are working on weekends. And they just jam into the night. It's something to see.
I'm going to jam this weekend. Maybe not.
That's just scary.
Don Morton, film critic from Metropolis Magazine. Thanks for joining us here on The Kong Show.
My pleasure.